It feels a little precarious out there right now, doesn't it?
It really does.
I mean, you look around and these technical skills that people took years to master, they're just expiring.
Like milk in the sun, yeah. The ground is definitely shifting.
Right.
And that's really our mission for this deep dive, isn't it? To look at the flip side of that coin. We're unpacking what these articles are calling the skill that will define the next decade.
And to save everyone the suspense, it is not learning to code in Python.
No.
It's emotional intelligence, or EQ.
Right, which, usually gets an eye roll. People hear EQ, they think soft skill or, just be nice.
A huge eye roll.
But the research, it presents this really interesting tension. On one side, you have AI handling the speed and the data, but on the other, you have this human advantage.
The one thing they can't replicate.
Exactly. As machines take over all the routine stuff, what's left? What can't they do?
Navigate people. And I really appreciated the case study of Lena in the reading because it moves this whole thing out of the abstract.
Oh, absolutely.
It describes her perfectly. Smart, skilled, stuck.
Yeah, and that archetype is everywhere, isn't it? Lena had the technical chops. I mean, she was arguably the smartest person in the room.
No question. But the text points out that her lack of people skills wasn't just like a neutral trait. It was an active ceiling.
A ceiling. That's
Yeah.
a great way to put it. In a world where technical barriers are getting lower and lower, that friction becomes the only thing that matters.
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of us have been Lena at some point.
Well,
You think the code or the spreadsheet it should just speak for itself.
right.
But she actually treated EQ like an engineering project. She didn't just try to be nicer,
No, she tracked her emotional triggers like they were data points.
like data points.
Which is that whole self-awareness piece, right?
Sure.
You can't debug a system you don't understand. And the tactic that really stood out to me was her shift in communication. She stopped trying to have all the answers.
Started asking better questions.
Yes.
That is such a critical pivot.
Yeah.
It shifts the entire dynamic from ego, I am the expert, to empathy.
And the data from the case study showed that after 6 months, it wasn't subtle.
Not at all. Team trust went up, conflicts just dropped.
The quote that stuck with me was, EQ changed everything.
She didn't get better at her core job, technically. She got better at the human element.
And if we lay out to that 5-year prediction in the material, that human element is about to become maybe the only element.
Right, because the forecast is so specific. AI automates the task, but we're also heading into this period of intense hybrid work.
And high organizational
Yeah.
stress.
That combination sounds like.
Well, a recipe for burnout. If you're working remotely, you can't rely on body language or water cooler chat to smooth things over.
You can't rely on being in the same room to read the room, and this is why the source calls EQ strategic power.
Strategic power. I like that. It's not just about being liked.
No, it's about being effective. In a high-stress, dispersed environment, EQ is the specific utility that keeps you relevant, keeps you trusted, indispensable.
It really reframes the whole concept of indispensable, doesn't it? We used to think the indispensable person was the one who knew the legacy code nobody else could touch.
And now, the algorithm knows the legacy code. So if knowledge is free and execution is automated, your value has to come from how you navigate the complexity, the stress.
The change.
Yeah. It's the difference between being a processor and a partner.
A partner. So for everyone listening, the takeaway is pretty stark. AI offers speed.
But EQ offers the connection you need to actually get that work accepted and implemented.
Yeah.
It's about securing your place in the future of work by doubling down on the things that make you effectively human.
That is the bottom line.
Yeah.
And here is a thought to leave you with something to mull over. We know EQ is becoming this defining factor. But consider this. If we are moving into an age where technical barriers are practically zero, does relying solely on your technical skills actually put you at a greater risk of becoming obsolete than having no skills at all?
Wow.
Something to think about. Thanks for diving in with us.